Hey everybody, it's me, Tom Angleberger, author of The Strange Case of Origami Yoda, Art 2D2's Guide to Folding and Doodling. I got my new series out, DD Dodo Future Spy. I got all kinds of stuff out. Today I wanted to show you something that's not from one of my books. Of course, it's from The Mandalorian. It's Baby Yoda. In fact, I made two different Baby Yodas. I couldn't quite decide which one to show you, so I'm going to show you both. This one is a lot easier. This one's if you want to go for that extra step. Okay, so let me get started here. What you're going to need is a piece of paper that's green on one side and white on the other side. A regular piece of Origami Yoda paper. Or if you don't have that, you can get a piece of white and a piece of green and just put them back to back. Or you can even just take a piece of white paper and color one side in. But what I like about this is it's going to make Origami Yoda, Origami Baby Yoda, and his pod all from one sheet of paper. I'm pretty pleased with it. I hope you guys like it. Let's get started. You're going to take your paper and start green side up. You're going to take a little strip down at the bottom and fold up. Just a little bit. Okay, now if you've ever done one of my folds before, and hopefully you've at least done the easy Yoda before, you know that I don't worry about measurements and stuff. Just fold that up a little bit, and then fold the bottom up some more, and it should be a little less than halfway. Something like that. Okay, something right about there. Is that looking good? Everybody got that? Now let's flip it over. And we're going to do the fold that a lot of you are probably expecting. If you've ever done one of my folds before, you take one side, you fold it over like this, squash it down flat. You take the other side and fold it over like this. If you've ever done one of my Origami Yodas, you've done this a million times. If you've done some of my stuff. But now we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take this corner here. We're going to stick our finger down in there and sort of puff that up. We're going to pull this up and out. Pull that out to the side and then squash it down flat like this. Now, that is a tricky fold the first time you do it. You should end up on the front. It should look like this. This is a tricky fold the first time you do it. First of all, I'm going to do it again. I sort of pulled this up, puffed it out, and then squashed it flat down over here. Here's what I want to show you. Let me get a little marker out to show you this. When we're here at the beginning, I'm going to put a little X here, see, or a dot. I didn't draw a very nice X. I'm drawing a little dot there. That's that corner down there. So we make this fold, and you're going to see that that corner is going to go up and over, and then it's going to come up and be right next to the side of the paper there. Okay, and you want this to be nice and flat, nice and straight. All right, I hope you got that. I know that's a little tricky. I usually don't like to put tricky folds in my origami, but I couldn't get around it this time. There it is. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do the same thing again. Open this up so you can get to that other corner. And once again, we're going to have this little corner here. That corner there is going to come up. And we're going to fluff it out. It's going to come up and over. We're going to squash it down flat, so that's right there. All right. Well, what do you think of that? Did you guys get that? I hope so. I hope you got that. Let's see what we can do now. If we flip it over, what's it look like? It should look like a green rectangle in a boat. All right. So, we don't want a green rectangle. We want a Yoda. Now, this will be a little more familiar. We're going to take this corner here. We're going to fold it so it sticks out to the side like that. Okay. How's that look for you? Did you get that? We just took that corner. We folded it so it stuck out to the side. That's going to be one of Baby Yoda's ears. Okay. In fact, looking at it now, I think that could go out a little farther, don't you? Let's stick that out just a little bit farther. Okay, now you see this little corner down here? Let's bend that up. Let's fold that up so that it comes to a point out here. That's just going to make his ear a little pointier. Okay, if that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it. It'll just look like this. But if you did that fold, it'll look like that. Just a little better. And this corner up here, go ahead and fold that down. That's going to round Baby Yoda's head. If you look at pictures of him, he's got a nice round head. So we round that off. All right, let's do the other ear. We're going to pull this out so that we can get to it. We're going to fold this out to the side. Let's see if it matches. Okay, it doesn't have to be a perfect match, but it should be about the same, somewhere in the same vicinity. There we go. This part here, remember this? We just take this little tip here, fold that up, like that. Boy, my origami always looks terrible from the back, doesn't it? But on the front, hopefully it's starting to look a little bit like Baby Yoda. Let's fold that down like that. Okay, now honestly, if you wanted to, you could keep Baby Yoda just like this. You're going to take these triangles here and you're just going to fold this back like that and fold this back like that. And you could draw his face on there and it would look like this one. That's not a bad little Baby Yoda, and it has a big advantage because it'll sit up on your desk, okay? That'll sit up real nice for you. But you might want it to look a little better than that. You might want to go a few more steps. So, if you like it like this, you can go ahead and skip forward in the video to the part where I'm decorating it, or you can probably figure out how to decorate it better than that on your own. If you want to keep going, stick with me a minute. We're going to go a little farther. Going to try a couple different steps to add a few more details to our Baby Yoda. Okay? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to see what happens if we change his head a little bit. I like to give his head a little bit of a tilt. I like the way Baby Yoda's always sort of looking at stuff with a little bit of a inquisitive tilt to his head. So we're going to fold his head down like this. Fold that whole head down. And then when you fold it back up, you're going to fold it back up at a little bit of an angle. Okay. See how he's just got a little bit of a tilt now? That gives him just a little bit of personality, I think. Just a little bit of extra personality. Okay. If you can even do it any way you want to, you can give him a big tilt. You can give him a big tilt. You can give him a no tilt at all. That's up to you. That's your business. Okay. All right. Now, if you're happy with it like that, let's see. Do I have one that looks like that? Well, this. Here we go. This guy looks sort of like that. If you like it like that, you can stop like that and go ahead and decorate the face. But if you want to go one step farther, this next step is going to be tricky. If you want to go one step farther, stick with me, and we're going to add a little detail to make this pod a lot more convincing. See how this pod works here? It just looks a lot more convincing to me. It just takes a couple of slightly tricky folds. I'm going to show you how to do them right now. Unfold this part. Okay. You're going to take this section here, and you're going to sort of flip it down, revealing that white section that we folded up that was our very first fold. But you'll see that these corners don't like that. They sort of flip up and they don't know where to go. Where you're going to have to force them to fold down at just the right place. And the right place is right there. Okay, it actually comes, it's going to go in a vertical line right there. Okay, let me show you that again. You fold this down and it makes this thing pop up. You've got to smush it down, and you're going to smush it down in just the right spot there. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now this is tricky and fiddly, and if you don't like it, remember you can always go back to the way it was. All right, once you get that, you're going to fold this part back up like that, and then fold it halfway down, just halfway down, like that. Fold these corners back. To me, this just looks so much better. You guys might not like it that much better. To me, I think it makes a world of difference. I think he looks really great now. Unfortunately, this guy no longer stands up on the desk. the way the other guys did. So if you want somebody to stand up on your desk, you should keep it simple. But if you want to go that extra mile and make it like this, it is, to me, worth it. I think that looks a lot better. It just has the right look to it. All right, now as far as decorating, guys, I wish I could tell you how to draw a perfect Baby Yoda. I sure wish I could draw a great Baby Yoda. He's hard to draw. So I'll give you the best shot I can do, and then you can give it a shot and probably do better than I did. You're going to do 2 big circles. Wait, not circles, more like big eggs. Draw a couple big eggs. Do 2 small circles in each one of them. And maybe even a little circle down in the bottom. That's the eye shine. Origami Yoda has to have eye shine. Did you see this creepy one I made? I forgot to put the eye shine in there. It looks terrible. He looks freaky. Get rid of that thing. Okay, so we go back here. We fill in around the eye shine. We make these eyes real nice, but we make sure we leave those white spots in there. Well, green spots in this case. Okay, there's his 2 big eyes. Just give him a little wiggle for a nose. He's got kind of a wiggly mouth and these big puffy cheeks. I think that's maybe why everybody thinks he's so cute, those cheeks. Oh, yeah, and if you've got room, he's got these big eyebrows. He's such a sweet little fellow. Well, this one's a little too cute. I think I went a little overboard there. That's a little too cute. I think I liked this one better. All right, well, you fiddle with it. You get it just the way you want it. And let's see here. Let's see if I can make Origami Me hold the Baby Yoda. There we go. Hey, everybody. I hope you had a good time. I hope you'll check out my channel for lots and lots of other stuff to fold. I hope you'll come to origamiyoda.com where there's lots of stuff to fold and you can submit the stuff you folded for everybody else to see. All right, guys. This has been one of my longest videos ever. Thank you for sticking with me all this way. I hope it was worth it to make awesome Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time. And until then, may the Force be with you.